Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at the charts for the crypto and equities markets around the world, remember this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Additionally, I would appreciate it if you'd help spread my analysis around by clicking on the by smashing on the like, ringing my bell, and hitting subscribe if you haven't. And also leave comments in the YouTube section and share your thoughts because that helps with the algorithm to spread the easy to understand analysis for others who are also learning. So with that, I'm super excited to be back from jury duty. And man, that's jury duty is tough. It's, you know, it's nice to be able to participate in the civic process in our to help our government. But dang, that's tough. It's rough. All right, let's dig in and take a look at the. Let's see here. Let's go with. Remember, I split up the news and the analysis into two separate parts so that it's more digestible. So let's dig into see what the heat map looks like for the crypto market right now. BTC bounced back up to 40.2K, dominance 41.7, Ethereum 2. Make it 3K roughly, dominance 19.5, and overall mostly green. So a much better day today. I have no idea how yesterday looked because I was in court. All right, so looking better. Let's look at the market cap here. We see that market cap is still 1.8. Well, it's 1.84 trillion, and that's up from yesterday of roughly 2.25. I think. Let me double check. It's kind of blurry. Yeah, two and a quarter points. So it's moving back up. Money's flowing back in. And the U.S. Equities markets, we see that it's mostly green and some are really bright green. So that's good. We got technology sector, bright green. Nvidia, over 7% up. TSM, over 5% up. Microsoft, close to 2% up. Apple, almost 4.5% up. So looking really good. Communication services, got Google up 3.65%, Facebook 17.88%. That's coming in because of their better than expected. Better than expected corporate earnings report. But outside of these two here, the rest look kind of muted in this sector. Consumer silico, we have Amazon up almost almost to 4.5 at 4.45. And overall, this consumer silico, you got like Home Depot, Lowe's, Nike, TM, all pretty bright green here. Tesla's down though. They're still feeling the pain of people feeling like Elon's attention may be misplaced in the short time with the Twitter and all that stuff. So consumer defensive, it's mostly green, some bright spots here and muted greens here. Financials, we got pretty green, some bright greens to muted greens here. Healthcare overall looking pretty, some green, some muted stuff, and some red. So it's mixed in healthcare. Industrials, more greens than red. Real estate, muted green pretty much, and some bright green spots. Energy is pretty bright green today. And utilities, it's mostly muted green. Basic materials is muted green. Overall, it's more greens than red. So that's good. Much better day for the equities market in the U.S. So let's look at the trading view chart here. This is a 30-minute time frame, 7 days worth of data in each column. We'll go through the watch list first quickly. You can see here Nasdaq is up percent, and this is the Nasdaq index. The S&P 500 index is up 2.43. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 1.5. Let me see. Nope, 1.84 roughly. Volatility index dropped below 30. 30 is the start of very volatile. So 28 is just drop below, and that's dropping over 10%, 10.32%. That's a big drop. Dixie is down. It's just slightly up 0.60, and the Dixie is like 103. It's still in the high range, 103.6 actually. U.S. 10-year yield is up slightly, 0.81, and that's 2.8 and some change. Let's go down to oil. Oil is above 100, and it's 103.8, up 2.76%. Gold is up 0.34% at 1891. Silver is down. We got euro. It's weak against the dollar. It's down 0.44. The pound is weak against the dollar, and that's down 0.54. And the Japanese yen, it's weak against the dollar. Dollar's up against the yen by 1.89. So dollar's holding pretty strong. So let's go over here and take a look at what's happening in the last roughly 48 hours plus. Bitcoin has been trending back up here. And you see that Nasdaq index is also slightly going back up here, but it was choppy in the last 48 hours. But after market open today, it went up. So positive correlation with Bitcoin as of market opening today with Nasdaq is there. They're both going up. Same thing with the S&P 500 index. Move very similar to the Nasdaq here. So positive correlation with Bitcoin is there. The Dow DXY Industrial Average, we got similar situation, pretty much sideways, and then market opening today pumped. But here's the interesting part. The Dixie has been trending up for the last 72 hours. It's trending up 72 hours, probably at its record high here, and I don't know how many years, but that's really high. So the negative correlation with Bitcoin and Dixie, and the negative correlation between Dixie and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, it's not quite there. Dixie's still holding strong. So what's going on? When we see pattern like this with Dixie being so strong in multiple days, and the negative correlation is not holding, something's going to give. Either Dixie's going to drop down, or Bitcoin and Nasdaq and S&P 500, they're going to drop down. So something's going to give, because that negative correlation is pretty strong. So I'd be really careful and weigh this out and see what's going to happen. The U.S. 10-year yield in the last probably 48 hours roughly, it's increasing again. So when the yield is increasing, that means price is decreasing, moving the opposite direction. When price decreases, that means people are selling out of the bond. They're selling their bonds, and so when they sell it, price drop, rate increase to lure people back in. As far as the European market, in the last 48 hours, it's been trending up here in the UK 100 index. So that's positive correlation with Bitcoin there. And after the U.S. market open, it spiked up a little bit more. The the DAX from Germany, it's trending slightly up here, but in the 7-day, it's still somewhat down. But in the last, 24 hours, it's slightly up. Currently, it's chopping sideways with a slight descent. The CAC from France in the 7-day period is still slightly down. In the current period, it's slightly down also. But at U.S. market opening, it had a little bit of recovery. The stock 600 in the last over 24 hours, but not 48 hours. It's trending back up slightly, but currently it's chopping slightly down. Let's go over to Australia and Asia. Australia, it's in its last session, it opened slightly up from the previous session, but overall 7-day trend, it's still going down. But last 24 hours, it's slightly upward. Similarly with the Nikkei 225, 7 days still slightly down, but in its last session, a bit of recovery. KOSPI from South Korea, similar to the Nikkei 25, almost identical movements here. Slightly up in the last trading period, overall still down in the 7-day period. Similar to with the HSI from Hong Kong, 7 days still trend down. Last period, slightly choppy, but more leaning upward. The CSI 300, 7 days still trending down. Last period, it's a little bit choppy, but more up in the 24-hour period. So overall, we have most of the indexes around the world slightly trending down in a 7-day period. Actually, US too, 7-day period, it's still down, but a bit of recovery in their last trading sessions. But the strong dollar, it's something I would watch out for. Native correlation does not hold with Bitcoin, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq. So against the DXY. So I'd be really careful with that. All right, that pretty much covers our quick chart analysis for the equities market, and looking a little bit better today. So that's cool. All right, I'll see you in the new segment coming up after this. I appreciate your time. Remember to help promote the easy to understand and help people stay on track with their investments by smashing the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Peace.